Morning everybody, Bryson here. Today we're going to be planting potatoes and we'll go over the different steps you'll need to take before and after you get your plants in the ground. If you're new to the channel, feel free to hit that like and subscribe button and stay tuned and get into it. Alright everybody, so basically what we're doing now is it's a couple days before we're planting the potatoes. And so right now what we're doing is we're separating the different eyes we have on our starter potatoes and letting them scab over. When you cut an eye out, it leaves that exposed part, and that can lead to bug infestations or disease. So we just let it scab over to help that out a bit. But basically all we're doing is we got our potatoes that we let eye up. I just got them from the store and set them aside, and we just take our eye and we're just going to cut it out. We want to leave a bit of the flesh on there, like the actual part of the potato, and that's going to kind of help nourish it and whatnot. And then we're just going to take that, kind of dry it off, and we're going to let it sit. Okay, and we just keep doing that. We want to be real careful not to damage the eye, and always be careful around a knife. Okay, so I got that one, dry it off. This one. And the eyes don't have to be really big. Like you can actually get a potato with a pretty small eye. But the bigger the better. And we're just gonna go right in the middle of those two. Alright. And that's all to it. So I'm just gonna finish the rest up and then we'll plant them. Alright everybody, so it's been 2 days since we've cut up our potatoes, and as you can see, they've scabbed over rather nicely. They're not wet at all on the outside, so they're ready to be planted. So we're gonna go ahead and get out there and get them planted. So we're outside. Please forgive the traffic sounds. But we're outside and getting ready to plant our potatoes. This year I'm going with the straw method. I just filled up my garden box full of straw and let it sit there for a couple months, let it settle in. I ended up getting 14 separated eyes from those potatoes I did, processed. And so I'll be doing 2 rows of 7, and I'll be putting them about a foot apart in the rows. And yeah, so I'll go ahead and dig the holes and get back to you with the orientation and whatnot. Alright everybody, so basically, now that we got our holes dug, I got the 2 rows of 7. We're just going to take our potatoes. Alright, you're going to take it. Make sure that the eye is facing upward, because that's the direction the plant wants to grow. Alright, we're going to go, and we're going to just put it down to the bottom of our hole. The deeper the better, just because the more it has to come up through the straw, the more tubers you get. So we got it oriented so the eyes are up, and we're just going to fill it in with that straw. Alright, we're going to do another one. Got a bigger one, eye up, and we're just going to put it right down there. Okay, make sure that the eyes are facing up. I'm not sure if you can see that well. And then we're just stuff it with straw. And maybe don't pack it. You don't really want to pack it in. You just kind of want it so it's snug. You don't want to smother your potatoes. But yeah, that's all there really is to it until they start sprouting up. And so I'm going to go ahead and finish this up, and we'll get into the steps you'll need to take after you have them planted. So yeah. Alright guys, so now that we have our potatoes planted, I'm going to go over a couple things that you should keep in mind after you've planted your potatoes. First thing I want to go over is when to plant and when to harvest. Our grow zone says that January is when time for potatoes starts. That goes on for a couple months, but it's going to vary based on where you live. So just look it up. It's real easy. And then potatoes usually take 90 to 120 days to mature, and so a physical indicator that your plants are ready to go is they'll get these little flowers on them. They'll usually be a white or purple. And that's a good indicator. Cool thing about the flowers though is if you actually let them mature, they get these little green bulbs. You can plant them, and you get a different potato from them. So it's pretty nifty. Second point: animals. Animals are going to try and get to your plants, whether it's a goat or a chicken, whatever. You got to keep them out. Potatoes are members of the nightshade family, so the green parts of them are poisonous, make your animals sick, or maybe kill them. So make sure you're protecting your plants from your birds, and you're protecting your birds from your plants. So third point, and our final point, is a little trick to increase your yield. When you plant your potatoes, you put them at the bottom, and as they kind of sprout up, you leave the leaves, for the most part, alone, and you just stack more straw around the base of your plants, or around the stem, and basically that allows for more tubers to start higher up and just increase your yield. So yeah, I'll leave it with that. If you found this video useful, I definitely invite you to hit that like and subscribe button, and see you guys next time.
Chicken.